Hey y'all, it's your girl Cherry May, and I vent about my Uber Eats deliveries. Today I wanted to share how I did a Saturday, and it went okay. Money wise, I think I did like about $30, and total, I think I did like three deliveries. Um, it was okay when it was still like daylight, and then once it got dark, it got really difficult for me. One of the ones that I got was weird because the GPS was guiding me, and so far my GPS inside the app hasn't like steered me wrong, except for this one time. I need to go to some apartments. Of course, I wasn't sure if it was an apartment or like a business building because it gave like the letter of the place and then like a code right to towards the gate. So when I was being navigated, it brought me like close to some like business buildings, and it was like gated, and some of them like you could tell you had to put in a code. So I was thinking it was like a business stuff, but it kept re navigating me, and I was getting irritated because for this one delivery, first off I had to pick up sushi, and then I had to go pick up some ice cream from McDonald's. So it was like two different restaurants that they had ordered from. And so, number one, I knew sushi, you can't keep it out for that long, right? Number two, ice cream. So I was trying to get the stuff really quick, pick it up fast from the restaurants, which the restaurants were not an issue. By the way, the sushi, I think I picked it up like a couple minutes before they were about to close. So I got there on time, luckily. And so I was trying to get the food, but tell me why I just keep navigating until I had to like message the customer. I was like, by any chance, is it a business? They were like, no, it's apartment. So I'm like, apartment. So now I'm looking for apartments, like physically. I'm not even following the GPS anymore. Finally, I find the freaking apartments, and I feel terrible because I would have made it on time if it would have navigated me correctly, but it like stopped me maybe like a street before I needed to get to the apartment complex or something like that. So that was the only time that my GPS failed me during a delivery, and it was really irritating. I still got the full payment, the full tip. I think from that, just from that delivery, I made like $12 tip. So, but I felt kind of guilty getting the tip because I was a little bit late. Or I felt like I was a little bit late. Um, and I kept going in circles and stuff. And so I was like, I was getting irritated because it was freaking sushi and ice cream. So I was like, I need to get this to the customer like ASAP, you know? And then after I had done the delivery, it was weird. Like bad things just kept happening. Like a bunch of cops were like down the street that where I had finished delivering. And then as I was gonna get ready to go to the highway, because I was gonna take one last delivery, and I think it was for Dairy Queen, but I had to go to a completely different city, and it was already like 10 something, and I was gonna do it, but then all of a sudden there was like a bunch of cars just like speeding. I'm talking about like speeding big time. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take those two weird occasions that just happened back to back, the whole cops, because there was like four or five cops down the street that all of a sudden showed up, and I managed to go through that traffic. I don't know what happened or what, none of my business. And then on my way to try to go do the next delivery, there was like a bunch of cars passing, and it was a Saturday. So I was like, you know what, the crazies are out. I need to just get my ass home. I ended up that was like my first order that I canceled, and I felt kind of bad, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna just realize that it's time for me to go home. The crazies are out. It is late. I already made a good amount, or a decent amount, so I'm out. I'm done. But for a Saturday, I feel like it was okay. Like there was also one restaurant. I think it was Taco Palenque. uh, they took forever to do the order. Like I got there at a fast time, and like I think I waited in the restaurant for like 15 minutes, and I felt so bad because it was literally only a fajita bowl that they needed to do. But I was noticing that they were handling the customers in the store more quickly than they were taking care of their mobile freaking orders, because I kept having to go and tell the lady, excuse me, what's the update on the order? No, they're still working on it, yada yada. And I was just like, wow, This fucking restaurant doesn't give a fuck about their mobile orders. They care more about, the physical orders. So now I know, like, if I do or I take any orders from Taco Palenque at the later times, which I know that's like their busy time, I probably shouldn't, or probably just ahead of time, tell the customer, it might take some time. Um, but yeah, I think that I didn't like that about the restaurant. But yeah, so it was a weird experience for me to do a Saturday deliveries, but overall, I guess money wise, it was worth it. But the whole chaotic part of it, I was like, I don't know if I would do another Saturday unless I really like didn't make enough throughout the week, and I feel like I need to go this Saturday, then I will. But I'm actually gonna lean away from doing Saturdays just because of my first experience. Because I'm like, it's a lot of crazies on Saturday, so I'm not trying to come across any of them. I know they're out there any day, anytime, but Saturdays even more so. So if I don't have to do a Saturday, I won't, but I guess it was okay. So far, I do like to do the Uber Eats deliveries. It's okay. Like, I haven't really had like really intense issues that I can't really handle. I don't like the ones where I have to input a code because sometimes the app won't allow me to input anything and I have to like somehow bypass it. It's a whole annoying thing, but I'm still learning. It was just my first week, so I'll keep y'all updated as I keep doing more deliveries.